The DPS role in Overwatch 2 is a very complex role to understand and comprehend just because there's so many heroes to choose from with lots of different kits, and some fall off of meta, some are on meta. Today we're going to be talking about ASHE, and currently speaking, ASHE is in a very interesting situation just because she is very powerful, but at the same time not really being played by a lot of people. So in general, I think her kit is amazing, has a lot to it, and there's a lot you can carry. So her ult is probably the hardest to set up if you don't really land your dynamites and are able to get them to explode properly and you don't have the right positioning. But in general, if you do get that ult off, I think Bob is by far the most powerful ult to have, especially if you can direct your Bob to a good location where he's away from enemy fire but can definitely dish out damage. So as always, before we continue on, if you guys do enjoy these style of videos and these type of content, make sure you guys do check out my other videos as well and consider subscribing. I have been dishing these out for you guys daily. As always, thank you guys so much for all the recent support. It does mean the world to me, and I read every single one of you guys' comments. And let's continue on with the video. So typically speaking, as we spectate Dafran here, who is a very talented DPS, and as always, I feature him on the channel a lot, so definitely go check out his channel on Twitch and on YouTube as well. He has a lot to offer. So typically speaking with ASHE, you definitely do want to have a mercy pocket on your side, which is something you see Dafran here having a lot through his games. Mercy is your best friend for a lot of heroes, but specifically with ASHE, you can get a lot more done just because ASHE only has 200 HP and that's the only healing she has, so she does not have that sustainability for example Soldier has, so she definitely does rely on mercy quite a bit. As well, if you're able to land a dynamite and you are damage boosted, just imagine how much damage you'll do. So in general, mercy is going to be your best friend there, and typically speaking, you want to make sure that you are positioning far in the back line, right? So ASHE is very good when she's able to poke from a distance, build up her ult with that dynamite, right? So that's going to be your best way to build up your ult, poke, deal a lot of damage, and get some nice picks if you're able to land those headshots. And then when you have your ult up, you'll drop your Bob and then rush in. So Bob is your best form of defense just because when you throw that Bob in there and your team is alive, so you're not really losing players, the enemy team is without a doubt going to push back, right? No team wants to fight your team with a Bob there. It just does not make a whole lot of sense. Bob does a lot of damage and can burn through your cooldowns and defenses very quickly. So whenever you drop Bob, you'll definitely notice the shift in the fight between the enemy and your team a whole lot in your favor. Now on the other hand, this can also mean if you throw out your Bob and let's say your Bob hits the payload or jumps on a ledge or goes the wrong direction, that renders your ult completely useless. So this is typically how new beginners on ASHE will throw the game actually, because a Bob is very powerful like I mentioned previously. So if you don't get your Bob in the right positioning at the right place at the right time, that ult is completely useless, so you have to build it up all over again, and that could have definitely helped out the fight, right? So it's one of those ults you want to make sure you get right and you do not want to flop. But yeah, typically that's pretty much going to be everything you need to know. Once again, your shift skill is very easy to use. Just make sure you're positioning in the high ground with that, or if a Genji jumps on you, to shoot them, bump them back, and as you're flying back to shoot, left click your primary fire. Typical stuff, right? Just make sure you're working on your aim. I think aim is probably your hardest factor here. We're learning how to play ASHE, and in general I think playing ASHE will actually improve your aim with other heroes as well, just because of her whole kit works well with other heroes. So once you learn ASHE, you'll probably be better as a soldier and you'll probably be better as a Hanzo, etc., because she is a very standard hit scan that you definitely want to get used to. And yeah, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. Make sure you guys check out my other videos I mentioned previously and consider subscribing as well. Check out Dafran on Twitch as well. He's a great streamer, and enjoy the rest of the clips.
Holy shit. Got him, dude. I can't believe it, dude. Smoked. I'm probably staying up here. Huge. There we go. There we go, dude.